Hello, Pre-AP. Today is Monday, September 14th, here with Ms. Ulrey, and I'm going to be covering the second part of your assignment for today, September 14th. So please be sure that you follow the slides, follow along as I explain them for you, okay? Okay, so first of all, I have an announcement. Tomorrow, our class will not be meeting in Zoom. Okay, again, we will not be meeting in Zoom. However, you'll need to watch the recorded instructions like you are now, but also for your friendly letter. And you need to make sure that you get your work done. Now, I also wanted to bring you a small reminder that you need to double check your assignments in your gradebook to see what work you're missing. I've sent some of you messages, so please be sure you are reading those and turning your assignments in. And if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me. Okay, leave me a message in Schoology, or you can email me, or you can just, address it to me in our chat room when we meet on Wednesday. Okay. Okay, so while we are waiting for you to get everything ready, this is the normal slide you would see when you are live with me, but let's keep going. Okay, so what you're going to be working on is, again, any missing work. We're going to be talking about any deadlines that you haven't met yet for assignments due. So please, if you know what you're missing, please turn it in. If you have any questions, you need to let me know. We are talking about your quizzes from vocabulary and your New ZLA quizzes. Those are the main things that everybody should have in. Those are the assignments that are going in the grade book. All right, so we're going to talk about our plot review today, and we are going to talk about your mentor sentence, okay, and then we're going to go over friendly letters. That's going to be your first major grade, your first summative for the 6 weeks in 6th grade ELA. That's equivalent to a test grade, folks, okay? Now, on your own, you are going to work on your mentor sentence. That's in your Monday folder. There's a separate assignment in there for the plot exposition that we're going to cover, and then, of course, all the information for your friendly letter. That's already been submitted to you, so you need to make sure you follow that, okay? All right, so we're going to talk about our plot workshop. We're going to be talking about the different parts of the letter, but we're going to be talking about plot in a story, and we're going to be looking at a video, actually, where you are able to identify all of the elements of your plot diagram. But we're going to focus today on exposition. Exposition is the setting, the conflict, and the characters. So we're going to be talking about those three things first. So you're going to click here to watch a video. It's a great little animated short film called Glued. So you're going to watch this video and pay attention. You may need to watch it twice, and if you do, that's fine. So you're going to watch the video. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to come in here and you're going to type in the text box 8 to 10 details or notes from the short film you just saw. Paying attention to characters and setting. And make sure you document those 8. You want to make sure that you number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just be sure that you put enough information to where you can read your notes and understand what you have typed in. Okay. Now, one of the things you're going to need to make sure that you review is this anchor chart right here, talking about characters. We're talking about characters that are introduced in the beginning of most stories, most movies, articles, so forth. But characters, when an author gives you details about what a character does, what a character says or thinks, you are able to infer, that means make an educated guess, that character's traits. A character's traits can give you clues about how he or she will behave as the story unfolds. Now, hopefully you can think back to the little film you saw and think about those character traits of the young boy and of the mom. Okay? Now, there's physical appearance, what a character looks like, any thoughts or speech or actions, okay? Other characters' reactions, and of course, the narrator, if there's a narrator, any direct comments, what the narrator says directly about the character. You need to make sure you read all these 4, because these are other elements that you are introduced to in a story, and just like the film you just saw, you need to be able to identify these, okay? All right, another part of the exposition, which is the beginning of the story or the beginning of the little film you just saw, setting, characters, and conflict are all elements that are present and are essential to keeping a story running smoothly and allowing the conflict to develop. So the setting is where and when the story occurs. Okay, where and when. The characters are, of course, the people, the animals, or creatures in the story that are introduced. And the conflict is the problem in the story. So think about these three things: setting, characters, and conflict in the short film you just saw. Go back in your notes. Did you include anything about these elements? If not, you can still go back and change it or add to it. Okay, guys, so here we're talking about plot. This is your plot diagram, and we're focusing on exposition right down here. Okay, it says here's the plot structure of this film. This is a basic plot structure, but not all like this. Sometimes a story will begin at the climax and flashbacks happen. Flashbacks are events that happen before. You are thinking back, okay? There can be a number of ways a writer will structure a plot, but I want you just to notice this is usually the format any book, any novel, any story, any movie will go by, okay? But right now we're focusing just on exposition. Okay, so again, exposition. Let's recap. The introduction of a story is called the exposition. Again, you need to know this term, sixth graders. The exposition usually reveals the setting, characters, and a hint of the conflict to come. The purpose of the exposition is to familiarize the reader with these elements and set the tone for the story. Okay, we'll talk about tone is one element that we'll talk about in a little while. But exposition in a film can include sounds and colors. In film, often the writer will set the exposition by showing a panned view of the location along with what the characters are doing. The hint of a conflict found in the exposition often foreshadows events to come. So foreshadow happens where little hints are given to you to help you remember, help you think rather of, oh, this is what may happen. Foreshadow. So here's going to be your activity, and again you can click in the text box. You're going to describe the elements in the exposition. Setting, characters, and the conflict. So you're going to type in the text box, describe the setting. Over here in the second one, you're going to click in the text box and describe the characters. And then, what's the hint of the conflict? What's the conflict? Please type in this third box. Be sure you use complete sentences. And that's going to be it, guys. So be sure you get this completed. And we will discuss it in further details tomorrow. Hope you have a great Monday. Bye-bye.